11 o'clock at number 9, Iowa traveling to Wisconsin. Wisconsin favored 3.5 points on ESPN. Spencer Petras is coming off a horrendous week. Just like absolute. Not even coming off a bye, I'm sorry. But last game he played, horrendous. He went 17 to 32 for 195 yards. This is the kicker. 0 touchdowns, 4 picks. Oof, dude. Tyler Goodson also didn't have the best day against Purdue, 12 carries for 68 yards. And Sam Laporta, again, not the best day, 5 catches for 61 yards. Wisconsin might be the most confusing football team. They obviously won against Purdue last week, right? Their quarterback sucks. He's just not very good. And it's so interesting because Wisconsin they look really good against Purdue. And you look at the stat line. You want to know how many passes Graham Mertz attempted? I want to just write down in the comment section. Just guess. Take a random shot. Attempted 8 passes last week. He went 5 of 8 for 52 yards. By the way, that is Air Force. That's like Navy numbers, guys. That is like an option offense. I don't think Wisconsin runs the option offense. They just run the ball that much. Ches Malusi had 27 carries for 149 yards and a touchdown. And he wasn't even the only one taking carries. Like, it was just like dominant. It was just like, we're just gonna run the ball. We're just gonna run the ball every down. I don't care. I think that was Wisconsin's strategy. And you know what? Wisconsin's not out of this Big Ten race just yet. I know you think they have 3 losses. And they do. They have 3 losses. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know they have 2 losses, Big Ten wise. That Big Ten East, you beat Iowa. It's yours to win, really. Because you're looking at it, you already beat Purdue. Purdue has 2 losses. Iowa's the only one with only 1 loss in the Big Ten. You beat them. You hold your fate in your hands if you're Wisconsin. Which, starting out the season 1-3, you could not have asked for much better than to hold your record in your hands. And this is a huge game for the Badgers. Huge game for the Hawkeyes, too, because you could get knocked out of playoff contention. Win this game. Hey, honestly, you probably lose the Big Ten if you lose this game. It's interesting. Obviously, Wisconsin has been the better team, but barely 48-44 against Iowa all time. Very close series. Last game went to Iowa. Wisconsin had won the previous 4 before that, though. So it's kind of interesting. The Hawkeyes are obviously a good team under Kirk Ferentz. They've been playing well. But the fact is, everyone remembers the last game you've played, right? You don't remember all the games before that. You remember the last game they played. Which is why, after Alabama went to the bye, we weren't thinking of the team that dominated. We weren't thinking of the team that lost to Texas A&M, right? You think of that last game. It's just true. You think of Georgia, you just think of the last game they won, which was against Kentucky, right? That's just the mode you go into. You think of Penn State, you don't think of the game against Wisconsin. You don't think against the game against Auburn. You think of the loss to Illinois, right? You think of the last game they played, and just everyone in on. Iowa was number 2 in the country before that game, right? But we're not thinking of the number 2 team. When we're thinking of Iowa, we're not thinking of, the team that was really good at the start of the season. No. We're thinking of the team that lost to Purdue. And Iowa's got to win to change our minds about that. And it's just the fact is, I think they're going to do it, right? I don't think Wisconsin's that good, and I don't think in the NCAA today you can run just every single down and expect to win football games against pretty good opponents like Iowa is. Iowa plays the run extremely well, and they try to force you to pass it. That just doesn't work out in Wisconsin's favor. Wisconsin plays the same kind of defense, by the way, so it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be kind of like a 13-10 kind of win, but give it to me Iowa with the upset.